For more than 3 decades after the Cold War, the world lived under what many called a unipolar order. The Soviet Union had collapsed. The United States stood as the world's undisputed superpower. Its influence stretched across military alliances, global finance, technology, trade, and diplomacy. For a while, many believed this system would last forever. But history annoyingly refuses to sit still. Today, the world is changing again. American power has not disappeared. The United States remains a military, economic, and technological giant. But the difference now is clear. Other powers are rising, pushing back, and demanding a bigger role in shaping the global order. China's rise is the most important example. Over the past 4 decades, China has transformed itself into a manufacturing powerhouse, a major investor, a technological competitor, and a serious military actor. Through trade, infrastructure, and diplomacy, Beijing has expanded its influence across Asia, Africa, Latin America, and even Europe. China does not want a world dominated by one power. It argues for a system where multiple centers of power exist, and where developing nations have a stronger voice. Russia is another challenge to the post-Cold War order. Despite sanctions and economic limits, Moscow still sees itself as a major global power. Its military strength, energy resources, and strategic partnerships allow it to remain deeply relevant in global affairs. But this new world is not only about America, China, and Russia. India is rising as an economic and strategic force. Turkey is pursuing a more independent foreign policy. Saudi Arabia is becoming more than just an energy exporter. Brazil continues to demand greater representation for developing nations. Across the world, middle powers are becoming more confident. This is what we now call a multipolar world. Power is no longer held by one dominant country. It is being spread across several major and regional players. Some argue this creates balance. Others warn it creates instability, rivalry, and competing alliances. Both are true, because apparently humanity enjoys making everything complicated. Another major shift is how power itself is measured. Military strength still remains, but is no longer enough. Technology is now power. Artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, semiconductors, and advanced manufacturing are all part of national security. Economics is also power. Supply chains, energy, critical minerals now shape global politics. Trade is no longer just business. Investment is no longer just economics. Technology is no longer just innovation. Everything is now strategic. For developing countries, this creates both risk and opportunity. Many countries do not want to choose sides. They want relations with China, security ties with the United States, trade with Europe. This is a strategic balance. For Pakistan, this changing world is especially important. Pakistan sits at the crossroads of South Asia, Central Asia, the Middle East, and the Indian Ocean. Its location has always mattered, but in a multipolar world, it may matter even more. Pakistan has a close relationship with China, especially through CPAC. At the same time, it needs constructive ties with the United States, the Gulf states, Turkey, Central Asia, and partner countries. Location alone is not enough. Pakistan must strengthen its economy, improve governance, attract investment, and develop technology. In this new global order, countries that succeed will not simply be those with strategic geography. They will be those that can compete economically, diplomatically, and technologically. The world is being reordered before our very eyes. The unipolar moment is fading. A multipolar era is emerging. And the real question is not whether the balance of power is changing. The real question is, who will be ready for the world that comes next? You are watching Global Lens News.